Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another episode of our 100 clinically oriented anatomy questions. This is question 55 of our 100 questions and the fifth question in the upper limb series. Let's jump straight into it. The question says a 45-year-old male arrived at the emergency department with injuries to his left elbow after he fell in a bicycle race. Radiographic and MRI examinations show a fracture of the medial epicondyle and a torn ulnar nerve. Which of the following muscles would most likely be paralyzed? This question has given itself away already. If the question wanted to be more tricky, to have just told us that it is just a fracture of medial epicondyle that they noticed, then which muscle would be paralyzed? Because you still have to find out the nerve that is directly related to the medial epicondyle. Although that would have still been very easy, but at least it would have been more dicey. But in this case, the question has given itself away. So we have the fracture of the medial epicondyle and we have a torn ulnar nerve. So naturally, even if the question had not told you there was a torn ulnar nerve, most likely the ulnar nerve will be affected when there's a fracture of the medial epicondyle. Why is that? So this is because the ulnar nerve actually runs in the groove behind the medial epicondyle. That is basically why you will have an ulnar nerve paralysis whenever you have a fracture of the medial epicondyle. So yeah, ulnar nerve is highly related to the medial epicondyle. So which muscle is innervated by the ulnar nerve? Like we've been saying, the ulnar nerve innervates one and a half muscle in the forearm, innervates the flexor carpi ulnaris, and it innervates the medial half of the flexor digitorum profundus. Then it goes on to innervate most of the intrinsic muscles of the hand. So option A, flexor digitorum superficialis, innervated by the medial nerve. The biceps brachii, innervated by the musculocutaneous nerve and is responsible for flexion of the elbow and is responsible for supination in the flexed position. All right, supination in the flexed position is by the biceps brachii, but supination in the extended position is by the supinator, which is option E. So brachioradialis is innervated by the radial nerve. Brachioradialis does extension. Supinator is innervated by the radial nerve. It does supination, like as the name implies, supination, but it is actually supination in extended elbow. Supination during in flexed elbow is by the biceps brachii, in extended elbow is by the supinator. So flexor digitorum superficialis medial nerve, biceps brachii musculocutaneous, brachioradialis radial nerve, flexor carpi ulnaris ulnar nerve, supinator radial nerve. So the correct answer is the flexor carpi ulnaris. So the function of the flexor carpi ulnaris is basically it does flexion at the wrist joint and it does adduction at the wrist joint. So it does flexion and it does adduction at the wrist joint. So that's the major function. Those are the two major functions of the flexor carpi ulnaris muscle. So yeah, that is the end of the video. I believe you understand and you gained from this video. Kindly like, subscribe, comment, and turn on post notifications so this video can reach more people and you can bless more lives. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.